Hello guys, it's Stephen and Phil here back on FOOTY.COM. We're finally getting round to a shirt that we've been meaning to review for a couple of weeks now. Everton have dropped their new home kit for the 2019-20 season. It's not particularly new news, but it is one we wanted to review, but for various reasons, just time got in the way. But we're finally here. But don't forget as well, there's loads more kit reviews on this channel. We're reviewing absolutely loads. Yesterday it was Arsenal's modern take on the iconic bruised banana kit. The day before that, Man City's weird cocktail-inspired third kit, and absolutely loads more. But today is the turn of Everton, finally. Umbro have had a great summer so far in the kits, and the kit front with some of our most highly ranked kits so far. We'll be giving this one a score later, so make sure you stay tuned. But today, we're going to take a close look and see if this stands up to what we the standards we expect from Umbro anyway. Phil, so it's been a while now. You've had time to digest this kit, and obviously I know last year you were a big fan as well of Everton's home shirt. What do you make of this one then?
Yeah, I think it's a really interesting one for Everton, and Umbro and Everton have been a really good partnership. We talked about last year. In general, they've probably, I guess, embodied the rise of Umbro. You know, how they've really come back to the forefront of kits. So I think there's a lot to like about this kit. It probably doesn't reach the heights of a few other Umbro kits. Yeah. There's a few things holding it back, I think, but it is definitely a decent kit.
This kit to me is very good effort.
It is,
everything about it is like, it's not bad. Yeah, you did all right. Yeah, it's one of those things where you look at it and go, I feel like I should like this more than I do, but then you're like, no, I don't think it's as good as they want it to be, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't think it quite connected. It's like, it's decent. I quite like the idea of the texture of the pattern. Yes, there's something about it. I also I do appreciate they've gone away from the retro traditional look they had last year, but last year's was very very traditional. This is a little bit more contemporary, a bit more modern style.
It is, there's a few things about and quite a few Umbro kits actually this year, because they moved away from the kind of double diamond cuffs, which brought a very retro feel. This year, you're completely right, slightly more contemporary. I think the template probably doesn't help the pattern, particularly the fact that the pattern doesn't go across the sleeves. I think that's pretty much.
I'm trying to work it out. The pattern features, it's inspired by the Goodison Park, apparently, with reference to the Archibald.
I believe it's something to do with either the building or maybe it's the towers. I must admit I should have done more research there.
The distinctive criss-cross steel that adorns the upper tier of the Bullens Road. So it's very much a stadium reference thing. You can kind of see on the pictures behind it.
Not the worst one we've had this year, actually. No, by the standard, that's actually okay.
You see on the picture behind Richarlison there now, so fair enough.
And I think the pass itself is very interesting. It doesn't particularly remind me of another kit, so I like the creativity. I think it's quite good. I think it's quite good to get a pattern that's not too busy. So something like the Chelsea home shirt, which I liked, but you could argue that it was a bit scattergun. It's
grown me a lot, actually, Chelsea.
Yeah, that one's definitely got something. But this one's sort of a bit more kind of clean, despite having the pattern. So it's a nice look.
I think this is one of those kits. It probably won't offend any Everton fans. It probably will be one of those ones where I was alright, get that, and they'll come back to it in 4 or 5 years and go, quite like that one actually. It was quite nice. And once again, it's one of those kits where I think the success of it depends entirely on what happens on the pitch more than most, because you've got a slightly different kit. Sure. Everton have signed a bunch of players. They've got a pretty decent squad, and there's that sixth spot in the league. There's a few teams primed to challenge a couple of clubs who are struggling at the moment, like United and Arsenal, kind of on the cuff of being chased by Everton, your West Hams, your Leicesters. And imagine Everton got top six for this and wearing that kit, all of a sudden it'd be very profitable, wouldn't it?
It's true, it's not a given to get that spot. When teams like West Ham have spent a lot of money, like you say, and Wolves, and even teams like Watford nipping at the heels. So absolutely, you're right. It needs something in a cup run or something. So to really
what did you to improve this kit then?
Biggest thing, I think. I can't really say that I prefer the cuffs to last year. I wouldn't necessarily have the double diamond cuffs, but they do feel a little bit. I'm not sure about that cut. The white section there.
I think the pattern's not that great either. I think it's I think the pattern isn't particularly memorable.
Yeah, for me,
cool, but it's like
I think the biggest thing is just the fact that you've got the blocked off sleeves. Understandably, a lot of people have commented it looks a bit like a training kit.
Yesterday we reviewed the Arsenal away kit, where the pattern continued around it. And this reminds me of a similar problem to the Hull City Tiger one, where the pattern just stopped. And that's another one once again. It's like, just carry on.
Yeah, and there's a lot of reasons why brands either can't or sort of shy away from it. But I do think that's probably a big thing. But yeah, actually, you know what? This is not a bad shirt at all.
So we're going to give it a score now. As you can see next to me on the kit rankings, we've got the high-end one. Yesterday we had an entry of, 85 for Arsenal's away kit. We've got a few Premier League Cups up there, West Ham, Arsenal up there. Hull Cities, which we mentioned earlier, the Tiger Inspired one was 86. I think it's going to be a little bit lower than this. But in general, it's a decent shirt. Where does this sit for you, Phil?
Yeah, I think this one... despite what I like about it, it probably is in the lower half. I think that's fair to say. Looking at that list, immediately I'm sort of trying to compare it to similar teams. So you've got a few Premier League kits in the high 70s.
I would say it's nicer than Leicester's home kit.
Yes, I was going to say I do
as well.
Much prefer it to. So you've got like Brighton, Bournemouth, Leicester. I think it's better than those.
Yeah.
Is it as good as City's away kit? I actually think it's possibly just shy of that.
I don't think it is. I think City's away kit's a little bit more interesting.
I agreed, and I think I'd probably put it. I'm going to put it at 77, which is alongside Newcastle's home.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I think there's kind of similar examples of. I quite like the idea, the direction. It's just not kind of top half for me, but it is a good kit.
Could have been so much better, but didn't quite nail it. But still a good kit, Like there's been a lot of good kits this year.
Oh, there has.
Not many terrible ones. I feel like
I kind of want a few terrible ones. We've had a few, but I want a few more. Actually, Liverpool Stoke.
We could have put all. I think we just bunched all the Southamptons together. So they're home and away in a third. We put them right at the very bottom because they're all that bad. Anyway, guys, that is our score for Everton's new home kit. Go check out the Manchester City third kit and the Arsenal away kit video that we've done this week. There'll be something else coming tomorrow, depending on what's released. Probably Bayern Munich, actually. I reckon. Maybe Bayern Munich's away kit. But for now, anyway. I've been Stephen. This is Phil. Subscribe if you're new to FOOTY.COM. We'll see you very soon.